A very good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of the Entrepreneurship Development Cell of St. Xavier's College, Kolkata, I would like to thank each one of you for being present here today. Think Solutions is the mantra for success, a simple yet profound quote from an exceptional personality. Today, we have the honor of having this person among us as our guest speaker for Prism 2021. He is the author of one of the best selling books on wisdom and experience, Corporate Chanakya, giving him the title Chanakya Pillai. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. Dr. Pillai is the founder of Atma Darshan and Chanakya Anvikshiki. He is also the Deputy Director of Chanakya International Institute of Leadership Studies. Our topic for discussion today is leadership and management in the life of a student. We could not have asked for a better mentor for our students to teach them such important lessons and skills in life. The excitement around the anticipation is just remarkable. On behalf of everyone at EDC, I wish all attendees of this session a great time learning. Over to you, sir.
A warm good afternoon to each one of you. Am I audible, Harshi?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you so much to each one of you for joining in this particular session. My special regards to St. Xavier's Institute along with the E-Cell. And, when we were in school and colleges, E-Cell meant employment cell or placement cell. But today, it's going to the next level where you are actually becoming employers rather than being job seekers. Most of us are thinking of becoming job creators as well as wealth creators. Thank you so much because that's a generation unlimited. All of you are born in. In the United Nations, your generation is called as generation unlimited because the potential is unlimited. All of you can do multiple things. Your parents can't even imagine that kind of opportunities you have. I'll give a small instance. Around 20 years ago, there was this particular boy who completed his media studies and went to his father and said, I got a job in a radio station. And the father said, are you gone mad? Gana bajaoge, kuch paisa kamaoge? And then he said, yeah, Papa, I think they're giving me a decent salary. And remember this 20 years ago. So this person says, I don't believe in you because, Gana bajavan mein paisa nahi milta. So he said, maybe we can wait for a month till I actually get a salary. And he gets a salary of 40,000 rupees. And his daddy says, the very nice generation all of you are born in. Why what happened? Gana bajane ke liye 40,000 rupees milta hai. No, this is a generation which is one generation old. Now think about it, your generation. You can do anything and everything and you can still make a career and money out of it. But I think what's very important for all of you to know that you should also follow your passion with rationality. One of the biggest confusions for the generation unlimited is what to do and what not to do. So many opportunities, and we talk about the word passion. That's good, but passion to get trained into a profession is a long journey. So today, what I'll be talking about in our particular whole idea about leadership and management, I'm going to be giving you 3 points which can be used in college life. Yes, management and leadership in the college life. But remember one thing, this particular ideas that I'll be sharing will be useful not only in the college life, but it'll be useful for you throughout your life. So college se shuruaat karna, but college mein ant mat karna. So it is very important that these are foundations of your life. It is always said that the best days of your life are when you're a student. Isn't that true? So you have fun, you have fights, you have a lot of learnings. And, the only day when you leave the college and school, you really start understanding its importance. So along with a lot of memories and knowledge and degrees and certificates, you go to the very, prepared human being to face the world. Yes, my dear friends, so enjoy this life. So like all of you are organizing such events, you are trying to gather sponsorship funds and speakers like us, coordinating with your teachers, and trying to make your parents understand, don't worry, we are all safe, don't worry. So with all these things, it's always fun to have these kind of foundations, and especially the best part of the college life is your friends. So doston ke saath jo seekhne ko milta hai wo lifelong rehta hai. So friends, how do we look at leadership and management in college life? I think every opportunity is to learn leadership and management, every opportunity. And when I say opportunity, I'm not even talking about organizing events. If you find a piece of paper lying down on the floor, to pick it up is also a sign of leadership. Okay, so don't think that, I'm a great project leader, I'm a class ka CR, and I'm a student leader. That's all great, but your leadership is observed in every initiative that you do. So that's picking up a paper, or closing the tap when it is leaking somewhere, or actually trying to look at a boy or a girl sitting over there very calm and quiet, maybe depressed. You just go out over there and check, kya hua? Do you want some help? Do you want anything that I can do for you? That's also leadership. Yes, my dear friends. So don't think the leadership is about a position. It's an opportunity to do service at every level. Yes, closing a tap, nobody will observe you. But you know that you have closed the tap and saved some, hundreds of liters of water. I'll tell you how this helps you when you actually go on to your career also. There was once an instance where, one person went to a particular job interview. And the gate was there of that company. He had to walk in a lot and then go to the first floor and second floor. And then he had to wait outside that particular cabin to be called for an interview. So this person walked and then he took up and everything. And he was waiting over there. And when his time came in, the boss just called him and said, "This is your offer letter." "This is your offer letter?" "Yeah, congratulations, you got your job." I said, "But I never gave an interview." "You already gave an interview and you're passed with flying colors." The boy did not understand. He said, "You know what? You'd be surprised. Our way of interviewing is not asking questions. Our way of interviewing is not just looking at a biodata. We look at your attitude." So the boy was still confused, didn't understand anything. We have cameras all over. And your interview starts before you enter the cabin. So what happened? So that when you entered the gate, we actually had put up a stone over there. Okay, and you must be all worried that time late ho raha hai. Nobody looks at it, but you picked up that stone and kept it there. So that's your first 10 points out of 20 points. Afterwards, you go inside and you saw there is somebody sitting over there, and one old person came in and you said, "Aap baithiye." So that's the next 5 points. And then we made you wait for 1 hour while your chance would have been next. We called you at 11 o'clock, but we made you wait till 12 o'clock. And you did not complain at all. So that's your next 5 points. So you get 20 out of 20. Here is your job. So friends, understand this. There is something called as Chitragupta. In our Indian culture, Chitragupta always speaks pictures. Okay, Gupta Chitra. So it keeps everything into account. हाँ, तुम्हारा सब कैमरा में फोटो निकल रहा है. But remember, it's not about the photograph that is being taken by the cameras. It's also the camera that is inside you, your consciousness. So every moment you should think about, are I being true to myself? Am I true to what I'm being given? So with that, friends, I like to talk about 3 points, which I like to all of you to think, analyze, and practice in your life. So the first thing in college life, be a good follower. A lot of people think, being a leader is important. It is not. To become a leader also, you should actually be a follower. I hope all of you must have watched some of these army movies like Lakshya and so many other movies, coming around and all. So in all the movies, you will see the most important army officers or leaders are actually taught to be followers. So in the training period, कहते हो रगड़ा, तो उनको बहुत punishment देके वो के and then they're tough officer and a gentleman. So the first quality of a leader is not leadership. The first quality of a leader is followership. We don't know how to follow and we want to become a leader. That is exactly what happens with a lot of families where you're born with a silver spoon. So Papa, Mummy, Raja, Maharani, Yuvraj, Yuvrani. So day one, you start with this whole thing that you got everything. Therefore, it's very, very important. Chanakya says, one of the greatest qualities of a leader is humility, vinaya. Even if you may be a great king's son or a great queen's daughter, you should never show it off. Remember, therefore, follow. And I've seen that, many people have this arrogance. What is that? Mera baap kaun hai? Look at this boy. He doesn't even know who his father is. He janta bhi nahi uska baap kaun hai. Remember, even if you have a great father, a wealthy father, it is very important that you grow beyond your father. Your father, your parents, your grandparents should be proud of you. So friends, follow, 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 follow. And how do you do that? Start in college life. If teacher calls you, if your friends call you, don't say, hey, then, please be humble. And in India, we have this very interesting concept right from our great Rishi culture. It's called Seva Power. Okay, so what is Seva Power? Seva means service. Okay, but service is not just about getting some points. All of you get some certificates and points. And in many American and Western schools, they get points. Oh, so much seva. क्या किया आपने? Old age में जाके बैठा, 3 घंटा attendance लिया, and you got a certificate. Point, credit points. And then if you do this, you'll have a great big certificate. And say, oh, very good. Kitna service attitude, very good. That's all good to start. The reality is that you should have that power, that feeling, that emotions to serve somebody else. So you have to be emotionally intelligent. What is emotionally intelligent? Keep your emotions intact, but also be intelligent. So use Seva Bhava. And I'm sure some of you may be active in social organizations like maybe a Rotary or a Rotaract or a Lions Club or many other NGOs. There you cannot show your power position. देख पता है मैं president हूँ. अच्छा तुम president हो तो क्या करना है? कुछ नहीं करना है. अभी आपको मेरे नीचे काम करना है. Very nice, President sir. Very nice. Who are you? You know what? I'm not president. I'm chairman, chairperson. तुमको क्या करना है? खुर्ची पे बैठना है. Chair. You don't know? Chair means इतना भी नहीं पता खुर्ची कितना बड़ा खुर्ची. And today I'm going to decorate the खुर्ची from morning to evening. I'm going to paint it. It should look good. Why? Because I'm going to take a photograph. I'm going to upload it on Instagram. So 24/7 chair is important. Okay, the man is not important, or the woman is not important. So the first quality, when you have power and position on your side, use it for service. Okay, use it for service. Service before self. It's very, very important to know that. So it's very important to know that it is a follower who actually becomes a leader. Okay, so first point, think like a follower, not like a leader. Okay, so you have to go as a leadership. I'll come to that. That's point 2. The first point is think like a leader. No, it is think like a follower and be a follower. In fact, I would like to quote Mahabharata, where Bhishmacharya says, Raja, that is a king or a leader, Raja ka nazar सिंहासन पर नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay, राजा का नजर सिंहासन पर नहीं होना चाहिए, प्रजा पर होना चाहिए. क्योंकि प्रजा भी नहीं रही तो सिंहासन भी नहीं रहेगा. If you don't have followers, what kind of a leaders are you? So be a follower and then everybody will make you a leader. Okay, so first point, be a follower. Second, now comes a very important point, think like a leader, not be a leader. What is the difference between think like a leader and be a leader? See, leadership is always positional. That's what many people think. Chairman, president, secretary, adhyaksha, all these things, yes, they are also equally important because position does matter. But you know what? I have seen a lot of people who actually have positions, but they can't think like a leader. So अंदर से राजा नहीं बनते, बाहर से राजा बनते हैं. The reality is that the training starts from inside, not outside. Of course, outside position helps, and it helps in a big way. But if you can't be a large-hearted person, you'll never be a leader. So think like a leader. In fact, there is a book I read which says Leader Without a Title. Some of you must have heard about it. And you should also read my book. It's called Chanakya 7 Secrets of Leadership. Please write down the name of the book. Chanakya 7 Secrets of Leadership. So that's my second book. First was Corporate Chanakya. And since then, I have written 17 books on Chanakya. And all of them are connected to leadership. Okay. So you can read a lot of books, watch my videos. There's so many of out over there. But the point that I'm trying to make over here is that if you don't think like a leader from inside, even if you get a position outside, you will never be able to perform. Okay. So a lot of people have positions, but underperforming. And there are people without a position also performing. So what is important is to think like a leader. What do you mean think like a leader? So I'll just give you an example that, leadership is about taking an initiative. When everybody is calm and quiet and doing nothing, the responsibility is taken by the leader. Okay. So you don't have to have a position, but you can start by doing some work and the position will come. And I have been teaching leadership at the Bombay University and various other schools and colleges and platforms. Been very fortunate to actually start the world's first 2 years master's degree program at a university, in the University of Mumbai, where I had the Chanakya International Institute of Leadership Studies. Think about it. We teach leadership as a subject for 2 years. And that's also a master's degree. And all that journey, we tell them very, very clearly, andar se taiyar ho jao. And we see this very sadly in the political circles. It's all about getting the position. You have the chair, I want it. That's it. That's leadership. तुम्हारे पास खुर्ची है, मुझे चाहिए. What about after getting a kurchi? That I don't know. I want a bigger kurchi. So good. So from local to district, district to state, and state to national, and then international bhi baki hai na. Abhi journey bahut baki hai. So you don't look at what you have right now. So when you get a power of position, use it again for service. See, the service attitude has to be there before as a follower and after you become a leader. And let me also tell you that leadership position helps. The title also helps. So I'll give my own example. When I started my projects with the University of Mumbai, and when I was doing my PhD, I was very fortunate to have some fantastic teachers. My PhD guy, Dr. Shubhada Joshi, I still remember her. So I used to just follow her. Whatever she said, instruction followed. No questions asked. Of course, we used to debate and discuss and have a lot of, differences of opinion. Differences of opinion doesn't mean you have disrespect for that person. Remember this very important thing. Differences of opinion doesn't mean disrespect for a person. मन में अगर थोड़ा भिन्नता है, मन भेद है, but मन दुखी मत करना. You can have a lot of discussions, arguments, and in fact, it is good that you discuss. So with my teacher also, I used to discuss a lot. Madam, not like this. Madam, not like that. But finally, her word is final. Okay, and you'd be surprised when I started. I in fact got a gold medal also in my PhD and all those things. But let me tell you, all that is because I had the right attitude of service. And one day when everything was over, I was called by the vice chancellor and then the madam, and so now we are going to make you a director. I said, director? No, I'm happy with no position. I'll keep working. No, director. Why? So I'm the director of the institution at the Mumbai University. He said, no, you may have the same attitude, but when you have a power and position, you can move a lot of things, isn't it? Boss ka log sunte hain. Signatory has a power, isn't it? And especially in governments, it's a big power. But let me tell you, my dear friends, when you have power and position, don't forget that this power and the position is given to you again for service of people. And remember that fantastic movie called Spider-Man? There's a good dialogue in that particular movie. With great power comes great responsibilities. So leadership is about responsibilities. Okay, don't forget that. अभी क्या है ना, चोरी किया तो वो चोर और क्रेडिट मिला तो मैं राजा. So this is not the attitude. It's not a blame game. It cannot be saying that I am a night leader and everybody is a follower who doesn't know how to get work done. So blame game. Don't ever do that. Remember this, that you have to take your people along with you. So there are many types of leadership. I'll not take a lecture on leadership today because that time is also limited. But among various types of leadership, one of the very important types of leadership is called as inclusive leadership. Okay, write it down. Inclusive leadership. Matlab kya hai? Ki all types of people will be there under you, under your team. All types, multiple, and everybody is a unique character, isn't it? So life, if everybody is same, no fun in life, isn't it true? Everybody is unique. So everybody is a sample by itself. And the leader is also a sample. So everybody, all samples coming together and then having fun. वो 5 उंगली होते हैं ना, एक जैसे नहीं होते. So एक team में nobody is similar. Everybody is different. But a leader has a vision and saying that we may be different, but we have a common vision. Remember, we may be different, but we have a common vision. It is a common vision that keeps a team together. And the leader's job is to take everybody together. Swami Vivekananda, all of you from Kolkata, the place, isn't it? Where Vivekananda rolled to the world from the same city where all of you are studying the same college days. He was organizing an event, he was playing football, isn't it? So you are so fortunate to be part of such a wonderful city that gave the greatest message of Vedanta to the whole world. American president ko aaj bhi hilate hain hum log with these roaring words from Kolkata, this young boy. But remember, he did not waste his life in the youth days in petty matters. He was studious, he was talented, he was singing, he was writing poems, he was debating and discussing with every professor. But at the same time, he also knew what is called as leadership. Yes, Vivekananda was a great leader. I'll give an example. Swami Vivekananda created the Ramakrishna mission. All of you know Dakshineshwar, you have gone there, you've been to the Ramakrishna mission, Belur Math. But you know what? Swami Vivekananda went across the world, collected finance, everything, and created the Belur Mutt. You will be surprised. He was not the first president of Ramakrishna Mission. Are you aware of this? देखो कितना बड़ा लीडर होगा कि पूरा खड़ा किया और बोला मैं नहीं प्रेसिडेंट है. Go do a research on it. That's leadership. Creating a vision but not becoming a leader. But still everybody still consider him as the original leader. Nobody even knows. So Ramakrishna Paramhansa, Sarda Mata, and Vivekananda. And Vivekananda's greatest thing that he created, and he used to always say, you should read Swami Vivekananda's books. He said something very deep and said that the leader is the one who takes everybody along with him. That is the only thing about leadership. Sabko saath mein le jana leadership hai. So here is my final and third point. Teamwork. Okay. So teamwork is very, very important in leadership. Everybody may not be equal. Everybody may not be equal, but everybody is unique. Even identical twins cannot be equal. Isn't it true? भगवान ने कभी किसी को दो बार नहीं बनाया. God has never made another person second time. It doesn't like it. Nature never likes to duplicate. Nature is always unique. You are unique. Your friends are unique. Your parents are unique. So this is a concept that we should understand, not equality, but uniqueness. You know, the whole Western world talks about equality, equality, equality. And I say, my goodness, that is where the problem is. Even our education system has become an examination system. Now, why? Everybody has to be same marks, doctor, engineer, this, that, you are. Why? If you are a unique person, you will become successful in that field. Like, you know, when I started my teaching of Chanakya, I was a unique character. Everybody used to laugh at it, saying, "Ye Chanakya, kya karta hai?" People used to laugh at me. And I said, no problem. One day you will come to me. And the same person now comes and says, "You are very successful. Please tell my daughter how to study well." I said, "I can't teach you how. Because I'm not interested in the studious academic part of it." Remember I told you this? I'm a gold medalist. But still, I believe that, you know, you should enjoy your studies. So my dear friends, I just want to tell this very important work is that the final step of leadership is about teamwork. So you have to take everybody along with you. There will be difference of opinion, but a leader needs to have a large heart and an extremely intelligent brain and a responsible shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Large heart, responsible shoulders, and intelligent thinking. And you know what is the meaning of intelligent thinking? You don't have to be studious again. You should listen to others' ideas. One of my cousins is a politician, and he's from Kerala. So whenever I go to Kerala, and he always tells me, "No, you are not intelligent like me." I said, "Why?" Because you only listen to your mind. I listen to everybody's mind. So I use many brains. I said, "Wow, that's you know." अपने दिमाग से काम लिया तो क्या काम किया? You're only thinking your ideas. सबके दिमाग से use करो. So he says, I have 25 brains with me, and 1 + 1 is greater than 2. So when 2 people come together, 2 ideas come together, it's bigger than 1 single idea. Isn't it true? It's the concept of synergy. Okay, 1 + 1 is greater than 2. That's why teamwork is not only about, you know what many people think teamwork means? अच्छा ये काम किया, वो काम किया, ऐसा किया, allocated, teamwork. That is not teamwork. The first thing about teamwork is mutual respect. Okay, the first thing about teamwork is mutual respect, because if that person requires help, I require help, we all come together, and it's fun. So yes, my dear friends, teamwork is very important. One of the mistakes a lot of leaders do is that when some of the things go wrong, they blame the team, and when it becomes success, they take the credit. I'm leader. मेरे वजह से gold medal मिला. No. Gold medal is never got by a person. In individual games, it happens. But when it's a team game, everybody gets a gold medal. Isn't it true? So share your success with others. That's leadership. So friends, I just want to wind up over here by telling you that in life, you have a lot of opportunities. Okay. But your foundation is in your college. So be it this event or future events, all of you will not be in college forever. Better not. Okay. So college mein pada rehta hai. You have to pass out, you have to go ahead and all those things. But remember one thing, this foundation will remain with you forever. So think about it. From here, you go on to become an entrepreneur. There are also all the 3 formulas will apply. Be a follower. Don't think now I'm a CEO of a company and I can do. No, you have to follow the others. Suppose you're in your parents' business. Follow your parents. Okay. I would give you an example. Don't just follow the senior management, even follow the junior most person in your company. The first training is to go and listen to the peon who's been there, the office boy who's been there for 25 years. Can you do that? You may be the owner's son, but can you go and touch the feet of that peon and say, thank you, Kaka. It is because of you that this company is built. Believe me, they'll accept you as a leader from day one. Okay, never show you a Yuvraj who is going to become a Raja. Be a Sevak. And even if you don't get the position, it's fine. I will still continue serving. So friends, when you have this attitude in students' life, when you go ahead, wherever you go, you'll have these qualities in you. Jahan bhi jaoge, tum to rahoge na. Wherever you go, you are. So people don't change. Outside things change. So change from within. And just to summarize it, all the 3 points once again for all of you. Be a follower first. First point. Be a follower first. Second, think like a leader. Okay, yahan se sochna. And the third important point is teamwork. I hope these 3 takeaways are good enough for today. Anything more, you can follow me on my social media, my Instagram, my YouTube channels, a lot of stuff. And we always keep posting one Chanakya message every day. Interestingly, just day before yesterday, Modi ji also quoted one of our sutras. Okay, so we'll try and ask Milind to post it across to all of you. So we are part of the revolution, and don't forget, this country is absolutely fantastic, great. Don't consider India as another country. India is not another country. India is the only country which will save other countries. Okay, so be that proud Indian who will go and serve the whole world as a leader. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Yeah, sir. Thank you so much. That was a really enlightening speech. I was really noting all the points down to be a follower and to think like a leader and to become acquainted with teamwork. So it was really very insightful. So if you may allow, so we have some questions for you posted on our YouTube channel as well as from us. So if we have your permission, we would like to go ahead.
Like the awareness which you've spread about Chanakya and his principles has really enlightened the youth and the professionals around. So we would love to know what led you to dive into this when you initially started. What was the driving force?
So I will tell that I've been a student of Indian spirituality right from my childhood. Indian spirituality and Indian scriptures. The first thing is my own parents, my father and my mother, they encouraged me in studying about great Indian literature. So be it Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, everything has been there right from the childhood. So that was the first reason that, study of Indian scriptures was my foundation. But later on, when I became a professional, I became an entrepreneur. I said, Indian spirituality is not just about, other world, marne ke baad moksha milega, nothing like that. Indian spirituality is very practical. There's also a lot of strategies. So it is very scientific, it is strategic, and of course it's got spirituality. So when I became an entrepreneur 21 years ago, I started saying, I was already a management graduate. I was working in companies and all those things. So I had a lot of understanding of how the world works in the field of management. But I said, no, हमारे देश में भी कुछ management होगा. This country has survived for thousands of years, isn't it? So I started studying and I found this book called Kautilya Arthashastra, written by Chanakya. And I said, wow. I started studying it in detail. And I found so many gems of leadership and management in that particular book. To be very frank, I never thought, this will become my full-time occupation, profession, and all those things. So I was just applying in my company. So I still have a company. It's into spiritual tourism. So I used to study all the Arthashastra sutras, apply in my company. I, in fact, even went to Chinmaya mission in Kerala, and where I studied the whole 6,000 sutras in original Sanskrit. I did my PhD, I did my masters in Sanskrit. So all this became better and bigger and bigger. And then he said, wow, he's a Chanakya scholar. I said, I'm not a scholar, I'm a student. But then everybody started calling me, like you are calling me and saying, let us give a lecture. And who doesn't want to be popular, isn't it? So सब लोग मेरे को बोला था अच्छा है थोड़ा lecture दो photo लो हाँ ठीक है. And then it became so big. I was quite surprised. So it's a journey which is started with personal interest of practical way of looking at Indian scriptures. But today it's become such a revolution. And lakhs of people, not one or two, okay, lakhs of people are in that particular journey. I've personally traveled 22 countries teaching Chanakya. And we should be very proud. So to answer your question is that, how did it start? It started as an idea, but it started with a commitment of studying Indian scriptures practically. And see, it works. Worldly successful and spiritually successful.
That was really great, sir. So I also had a question, sir. So like all these teachings of being a leader, so how do you propose to inculcate this leadership in our day-to-day lives, in our habitual activities, apart from then what is on the professional stature?
In fact, it is the other way around. If you are not daily preparing for your leadership inside, will never be a leadership or a professional outside. So it's like, every day, 1 hour. Please mark this formula. Every day, 1 hour. You should study on leadership. Okay. So what do you mean by study of leadership? I'm not telling you to study for exams. Okay. So every day, whoever, it's like, taking bath and getting ourselves ready. Every day we do it as a habit, right? So every day, depending on saying 1 hour every day, start thinking, reading and studying leadership. There are a lot of books, there are a lot of courses. Okay. And of course, I would say that even Arthashastra you should study. Now, what happens every day when you study something, it becomes a part of you. Think about 1 hour every day and a whole year, 365 hours you have studied about leadership. Okay, then what happens? You get prepared. And when you go to the professional world, you carry your thoughts into that professional world also. So that time you don't think like everything else, you think like a leader. It's like sharpening the saw. So it's very, very important on a daily basis, study 1 hour a day. In fact, the advice Chanakya gives is called Swadhyaya. Swa is self, Adhyaya is study. Most of us study only during students' time. But I started studying after my college days. So, a lot of people think that studies gets over after you get a job, degree and start making money. That is wrong. In fact, Chanakya says a leader, a Raja has to study for 3.5 hours every day. How much? 3.5 hours when he's in the position. So if you're a professional, you should study. A lot of people think professional means, only looking at company and the balance sheets. No, professionalism is also continuously upgrading yourself. Think about Bill Gates, think about, Elon Musk, think about, Mark Zuckerberg. What do they do? They study every day. Are you aware of this? They read a lot of books. They're updated with what's happening. So I think very, very important, continuously study forever. Formal college or informal, whatever it is. So that's the formula to think like a leader, sharpen yourself every single day, at least for an hour. And believe me, you'll be a brilliant professional wherever you go.
Right, so that was great to hear. So I have another question. In a world where following is often taken advantage of, how do you advise us to avoid this?
So it is a mistake to think that followers are always taken as an advantage. And therefore, many people have this confusion. I'm treated like a doormat. Everybody comes and, rubs their feet on my door and they go away. Actually, please understand, humility doesn't mean stupidity. Okay, humility doesn't mean stupidity. So मैं बेचारा काम के बोझ का मारा, and everybody considers me as a useless guy. I tell yes sir to everything. Please understand, you should also be smart. Okay, you should also be smart, because we forget that Chanakya is teaching you strategy and smartness. Okay, I am a smart guy. I teach how to be smart thinking leader. So how do you do that? So please understand this. You should be friendly to everyone. Okay, you should be friendly to everyone, but choose your friends carefully. What is the difference? You should be friendly to everyone, but you should choose your friends carefully. Like, let's say in college, you've got 1,000 students or maybe more. Be friendly to everyone. Hi, hello, how are you? And all those things. But you should always know where to draw the line. Because if you draw the line, they will take advantage of you, isn't it? So that's where smartness comes in. Hamara to koi dushman nahi hai. So I'm friendly with everyone. But your immediate friend circle has to be chosen very carefully. Okay. So, we have this different categories of friends. Friends, best friend, close friend, my friend, super duper friend, only friend. So I would say that, to make a list of this, what do you call the core friends? And core friends are not more than, 15, 20. In fact, 15, 20 is also a big name. So I would say a group of 5 people. The trustworthy people whom you trust a lot. But therefore, I always say that if you're dealing with everyone, you should be smart. Test before you trust. test before you trust. Otherwise, what will happen? Everybody will, this guy cheated me, that girl cheated me, cheated. It is not cheating, it is stupidity. Because you don't know how to judge people. But you know what? Today morning I got a WhatsApp message. What is that WhatsApp message say? You should not judge people. No, sorry. If you don't know how to judge people, how can you build strategy? No, I'm goody. You're not goody. You don't know how to deal with people. And then you cry. See, if somebody takes advantage of you, you should know how to give 2-3. So therefore, it's very, very important to test before you trust. But once you trust, then the friendship is forever. See, it's like saying, you have one choice and then you have many choices. Okay, what do you mean by one choice and many choices? Let's say, एक choice है कि खाना खाना है. Okay, that's a choice. So पेट में इतना ही जगह है. But there are many choices, like a buffet dinner. Now you can't say मैं पूरा दुनिया खाऊंगा, और नहीं खा सकता. There will be 20,000 items. What do you have to choose? So remember one thing: all of us require friends, isn't it? All of us require friends, but you have a limited time, effort, and whatever. So Facebook friends are not friends. They're just numbers. Okay, so if I'm feeling hungry, I have a limited space in my stomach. So what do? I just go around and pick up whatever I want. I choose. पहले taste करता हूँ. ये अच्छा है, अच्छा नहीं, and then wow, let's take all this and then fill our stomach. In the same way, you have many friends in life, and as life grows, you'll have more and more friends. First, it will be school friends, college friends, and professional friends, then neighbor friends. But remember one thing: be friendly with everyone. We should choose, because life is limited. Don't fight with people. Okay, but don't allow anybody to take advantage of you also. So my final formula to sum it up is: be friendly with everyone, but choose your friends carefully, and never, ever let anyone take you for granted. Be smarter than others and prove your point. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was again a very enlightening speech, and the particular part when you mentioned to choose our friends carefully and to judge them were really helpful. I would really implement this in my later part of life. So now, as we come to the end of this question answer session, I would really request you if you could please announce the winner of Prism'21 Inculcation of Ingenuity. We have posted the names of the winners on the chat box, sir. If you could take them.
Okay, so here are the results of Prism'21. Okay, so I'll go from 3 to 1. Is that okay? Or should I go from 1 to 3? 3 to 1 or 1 to 3?
Anything, sir.
Anyway, sir. Anyway, you feel so.
Chalo. So let me start with winner number 1 only. Okay. So the winner is Kashika Goyal. Congratulations, Kashika. The second winner is Vansh Agarwal. Congratulations, Vansh. And the third, you have one more to go. Okay, I know there's a lot of expectation. मेरा भी नाम आ जाए. मेरा नाम क्या है? Prashansh Rathi. Okay, so that's the third winner. It's Prashansh Rathi. So congratulations to all the 3 winners. But remember, for those people who have participated and could not make it to the top 3, the race is not only in winning it, but also in participating in it. Okay, so enjoy the moment, all the 3 winners. But for those people who thought, I should be there, don't worry. Life will give you better opportunities. So congratulations, enjoy the moment, do some nice party with your family and friends. But remember, tomorrow again you have to start from zero. So आज का दिन enjoy कर लो और आगे compete करते रहो. All the best to all the winners. Thank you. Congratulations.
After such an exhilarating session, it is an absolute honor and a privilege to propose the vote of thanks today on behalf of the Entrepreneurship Development Cell of St. Xavier's College, Kolkata. I'd like to extend my most heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, who spent his precious time for us, gracing the occasion with his invaluable insights on important matters in a student's life. The students were thrilled to learn what leadership truly entails and would surely be waiting to apply the concepts in their lives. A special mention to our principal, Reverend Dr. Dominic Xavier, our vice principal, Reverend Father Joseph Pillai, and Reverend Father Peter Arokia, for all the support we needed and for inspiring us to tread beyond our potential. I'd also like to express my gratitude to Dr. Arup Kumar Mitra, our faculty advisor, for his constant guidance and support. I'd also like to extend gratification to the members of Entrepreneurship Development Cell, without whom none of us would have availed this opportunity. It was truly a statement on the effort and dedication required to reach the pinnacle. A big congratulations to the winners and finalists of Prism'21. Thank you everybody for joining us here today. We sincerely hope you made your time here worthwhile. After all, our speaker once said, the only time well spent is the time spent learning new things. Looking forward to hosting you all very soon in a future event. Thank you once again and have a pleasure. Thank you.
Hello, Utkarsh.
Yes, sir. You can ask.
So can